Nice to have our TV3 viewers back with us live here at Hampton Downs. Massive afternoon. It's the final round of the Super Sprint Motorsport New Zealand Championship. Greg Ruston, Mark Mallard with you in commentary ahead of the Nexen Tyres Mazda Series outing here. Two classes about to do battle, and Mark, you have been with the series coordinators having a look at some numbers.
Yeah, Simon Baker currently leading the championship Sunday, as we'd like to call it here. So he's leading the championship. Young Chris White's had a hard weekend up here at Hampton Downs. Had some car issues, which is unfortunate, on 389. 320 points to Leo Bolt. Matt Thorne, only 8 points difference to Leo Bolt. That is totally changeable, so that's one of those real easy flick of a switch. I think the front runners would need to have a DNF to have some problems, but definitely there is a huge battle there for third and fourth place.
Now there is
Leo
a story.
Bolt's dropped back there.
Now the reason that Leo Bolt is back at the rear of all of the MX-5 entrants is he's had a problem with his car and has swapped to a competitor's car, another car. He's been given permission to use that, but the consequence of it, you've got to start at the rear of all the RX-8s. So our thanks to Stu Brewer there and Stu Hewer and Nigel Snow for their assistance with some of the news coming out of the Mazda camp. We're getting set for what is going to be a fantastic. There's Leo all the way down in 30th position. Huge amount of work to do.
As they're on the grid now. We'll wait for those last cars to get up. There's a problem with the 40-car grid is it takes a while for them all to get on the grid. But it's a lovely colour range of cars there on the grid, and it's fantastic to see as we're about to see the lights go up as we've seen the 5-second board.
Set to go racing here. The decider for the MX-5 Championship as well. Lights are out. Away we go here at Hampton Downs. Great start by Edwards. The kind of second part of it, he seemed to really grip up in the second part of it. They'll go side by side into one for the first time.
Crowther there is doing a great job. Our race 2 winner is sticking on the outside there with him in his Stickman team car.
Run down to 2. They're all hard on the anchors, and he's got it. Managed to shut the door. Great work.
Simon Baker there, the championship leader in third place. Wide there for Steve Fistonich in that red and white car.
It's been, whether wet or dry, you can even see the sheen in the road there. It's not nice grip-wise if you do that.
Oh, 100%. Hampton Downs, they get some drifters going over there. They get all the stuff that just over the years accumulates, so there's just no grip outside there. It's one of the hardest corners if you're going to try and run too wide. As we see battles further back. Oh, a little touch there has caused a sideways action there.
Leo Bolt's up to 27, so he's picked up about 3 places early on. We go back to Ben Stewart in the number 1. Nice to see him back at the wheel of an RX-8. He's been competing in a very highly horsepower, it's at a big transplant, and a Nissan and GT-R NZ, so nice to have him back at the wheel of an RX-8.
Yeah, he said his car's not quite as what he expected with his championship winning car, but he's really enjoyed the racing and getting out and having the cut and thrust of this so close one-make series. As we see further back there, just side-by-side action as they come through that corner. That was Sam Dashfield. I think he got a penalty in the last race, actually, that pushed him back a little bit.
I think it was actually a double whammy, so the penalty was in 2 parts and time applied, so yes, it has been a tough one. So Dashfield's in 10th, great work. Stewart, we were talking about before, in 5th place. Edwards leading the way in the 85 from Crowther. Baker, who came into this round at the top of the points table with 350 over Chris White, 343. That's coming into the Hampton Downs weekend. We need to make the point that White Jr. down there in 9th place at the moment is kind of fighting with one arm behind his back. They've had issues with the distributor on that car, and I think they damaged a spark plug earlier in the weekend, so they are a little concerned about the internals of that engine. So fighting on right now in championship terms, but it is advantage Baker.
As they come down, Crowther still in second, doing a fantastic job. We saw the 24 red car there flash through the picture of Steve Fistonich. He's battling in a good group there. There's battles upon battles here as across the line. Edwards has got a 1.4 second lead to Crowther in second. Baker in third, 1.9 down.
You can see that black MX-5 in the background. That is Dean Evans, the Australian, now based in Hamilton. He's married. His wife's a Kiwi, I think an ex-netballer. too. So
that's how we bring you people over, eh? We send our woman out.
Lou and Dean over, great work. So he, in terms of the standings, after 11 of 12 races in the MX-5 class, after his win in that division in the last race, Dean Evans comes into this one on 689 points. Marku Braid, who's a real fighter, on 656. And Oliver Sapsford on 534. So Dean, all he's got to do basically is finish drummer. And we saw some damage to the right front of this car before when it hit the wall. So Mag and Turbo Entry rejoins. Good, no harm, no foul on that occasion.
Now clear there in turn 8 as they come up the hill.
Just going to say that for Dean to claim the MX-5 championship, all he needs is 5th or higher. Now that tells more of the story. So it's actually not Dodd's maybe fault in that. Probably need to see another angle as well, but that explains, I should say, what went on.
That was Udney on there on the inside, car 9 there on the inside as our leader comes across the line. Crowther's got a good little gap back to Baker now. Stewart in 4th, trying to put a bit of pressure on his team leader there. I'm not sure if there's any team orders that are going to come into play. Oh, one into the pits, that's that's Lance Gerlach there. He's rebuilt that, totally rebuilt and built a car between the rounds, basically. Reshelled a whole car after an accident at Pukekohe at the last round.
Wow. Stewart holds down 4th place. Look at show the nose. Bit of aggression from the 8. But
that's Flynn Mullaney, I think, they're in the 8. He's had a great run and he's been helped out so much by the class. He had some problems down in the South Island and blew some motors and didn't have the budget, and the class came together to keep this young kid racing.
That's the great thing about this category. We probably need to just highlight that for a moment. Not only is it a rock-solid national class in terms of the volume of entry, so much so that you have North and South Island championships too.
Yep, and then the national championship. That's Leo Bolt there in that 98 car that we saw with on the side. That was Andrew. His friend was running it this weekend and said, "No, mate, I'm only here for the round. You need to go for the championship, so get into that car." So that's awesome camaraderie between the drivers.
Very much so.
You won't see that in many other sports. Here's my car, I'm not going to race.
Exactly.
You know, here's my horse in horse racing or whatever it is. So fantastic work from Leo, and he does so much for the class, helping out so many drivers.
Now, that kind of little awkward behaviour from that grey and black machine, the 888, that is White Jr. in 7th. Now, we reiterated for you a moment ago that he has some issues, some challenges with that car. He came into the weekend 2nd in the outright points for the New Zealand Championship in the RX-7 plus RX-8 class for the Nexen Tyres Mazda series. He's doing everything that he can right now, but his main rival that he's chasing for the crown, Simon Baker, currently in 3rd place. He's the points leader. It looks like it will, on current form with 4 to go, head Baker's way.
Great work from Baker. He's got a tail gunner there and his teammate, but his teammate's looking all over him. They can't say they're racing for team positions as Stewart makes the move to the inside to get by Baker as team owner. Good clean racing though. You want to make sure when you pass the team owner it's clean. Trust me, Krim owns a few cars, and if any one of them hits me, it's a lot harder to get sponsorship next time out.
Great job, Ben. And you alluded before, a few little rumours flying around the paddock here at Hampton Downs that maybe Ben might be endeavouring to secure something on the other side of the ditch to keep advancing his career.
Trying to get some sponsorship together to get overseas, and he showed last year with a great performance that he's got to challenge himself in some other classes, and as always with these things, budget, but we can go back right.
Interesting. So this is Marku Braid ahead of Dean Evans. So Dean, of course, an editor for Driven here in New Zealand, has been around cars pretty much all of his career. He is trying to win this crown, and it would be his first, the MX-5 title I'm talking now, it would be his first here in New Zealand. He's had success in Australia in the Mirage Series back in 2001 and the 2012 Targa Series and an Evo 10 Mitsubishi, but Marku basically, he needs Dean to DNF, and he'd have to finish in order to claim his 3rd MX-5 championship. At the moment, it's advantage Dean Evans.
Evans went round the outside at turn 1. That is a big move. Braid's trying to get to the inside here, but not able with the crisscross going the other way.
Love it.
Puts Evans in the better spot as they come over the top of the hill.
2 drivers who desperately want the crown. One on the left of your screen trying to grab it for the first time. The other trying to add to the 2 that he already has in the bank in Marku Braid. Great competitor. So these guys with a lot to play for, not giving up with 2 laps to go. Meanwhile, back at the front, we switch our attention. White Jr. has been able to somehow, I think he's just rolling the dice here, go for it, whatever is going on with that engine, doesn't matter. Has a look up the inside, tries to get by Horn, can't get there. Stewart's up to third, Baker sits fourth, and Baker at the moment with one hand on the national crown in the RX8 division. Look at this!
Sideways over the top of the hill. As they come down, there was Horn sideways over the top. Gaines there in that red car, and Dashfield are coming through from the further back. Dashfield takes some nice moves after the penalties he received in that previous race. Gaines there in the red IQ security cars doing an awesome job as well as they're 2-3 wide up there. Look at Dashfield trying to make moves. As we said, he'd been doing a lot of work, and one's wide there on the grass. No drive there. He's got a problem. Looks like he's slowing up there. Who's that? Car 43, I think that is. That's Parker there. He's broken down there as he's going down. Hopefully he gets round and gets out of there. But there's a great battle pack there from fifth on back there with Horn, White Jr., Dashfield, Gaines, and Edgar all working together. What a great race. Edwards up the front has got a clean set of heels though. He's done a great job.
Last lap board is on display.
Championship Sunday, last lap. Is Baker going to maybe make a mistake after all of the work?
We need to double check because I was giving you numbers coming into the weekend. Obviously Rex Edwards. So we need to double check the standings from an outright point of view, whether it's Rex Edwards or Simon Baker for the crown.
We're just trying to get the positions here as Edwards coming out of the dipper. He's lost a little bit of time on Crowther there. He was out at over 3 seconds and Crowther's caught up, so I hope he doesn't have a problem on this last lap. You've got the young Charger right in behind Crowther, ready to put some pressure on him as they come around the last corner on Championship Sunday.
We've had confirmation through, just wanted to double check things with the team here. Simon Baker in the 11 is set to become the New Zealand champion. Well done as they head, waiting for the checkered flag. Stewart with the number 1 today will hand it over to the driver behind him. So Ben finishes the race in third, but our congratulations to the new champion in Simon Baker. Well done, and it's been a gritty fight from Chris White Jr. the whole way. It wasn't to be with some engine challenges, a distributor issue, but he pulled the pin, went for it, did his very best with the car he had underneath him.
Oh, that's what you want out of the young guys, just that determination to try and put it all in, and that's what Championship Sunday is about, is that all of those driving.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the battle. Marco Brader's dad's actually, Jeff, is one of the stalwarts of the Manawatu Car Club as well. So we've got a few Manawatu guys up here this weekend.
Now, we said to you, Dean, after 11 of 12 races, was on top with 689, Marku with 656. Basically, Dean would kind of need to DNF here. And it's going to go in a race result to Marku Brader. Oh, they're side by side. Dean might grab the actual result as well in MX-5. There's going to be a photo finish. He's got his hand up above him. That could be his first New Zealand crown for Dean Evans.
He's got it.
Congratulations. What a finish. What a finish between those two guys, all the way to the line.
Just got that draft. It's amazing what that draft did. Popped out at the perfect time. And then he even got the fist up knowing he'd won it. What a battle there.
Less than a tenth. Crazy finish.
What a great race. That's a globe battle. We had battles throughout the field though. It's been fantastic, clean racing too.
Mega stuff. Dean Evans celebrating with the hand up above as he crossed the line, and great camaraderie with, he's got a lot of respect for Marku Braid in the end though. So we have a look at the way things finished. Rex Edwards won it, Ben Stewart third, but Simon Baker, congratulations. Brilliant performance. New Zealand number 1, it looks like, barring any post-race things, should be heading his way. Amazing.
Yeah, they'll normally do a technical check at most of the end of these championships, and no, it's always a nervous wait when you've got your car in the shed waiting for that final tech sheet off.
Of course, the North Island title still to be decided, and Rex Edwards, I think, who's taken this one out in pretty good shape for that, so we wish them well with that when their next meeting.
Edwards has shown great improvement this year, and he's really shown a maturity in his driving that I didn't see last year. As he gets a good start with Crowther at turn 1 in the highlights.
And there were plenty of highlights. That mag and turbo entry had some damage for Dodd in the previous race. They repaired it, but he would find himself a little in the wars once again. Up in front, Stewart kept the pressure on Simon Baker in the fight, but that explained what happened to Dodd. Meanwhile, the Triple Eight, with a couple of little issues to contend with, pressed on, hoping, fighting as hard as he possibly could for the crown, doing everything he was able to in order to keep the title fight alive. These two, it would be a photo finish between Marku Braid in the red entry to the white, Dean Evans to the left, the former Australian, now based in Hamilton, eyeing up, looking for his first crown. Chris White Jr. in the end would finish down the order and would not be able to claim the crown in the RX-8, and the MX-5 was a photo finish going in the end to Dean Evans. But our congratulations to Simon Baker, series champion, national champion in the RX-8 class this year. We're about to take you to Repco Victory Lane.
Okay, where is Rex Edwards? Congratulations, buddy. You get the race run. Boys, don't walk away. Must feel comfortable. That was a hell of a race today. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, it was all good. Had to do what we had to do and come back with the win, so.
Just all good. Last race of the season, you get the win, mate.
We've got another round still, so.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not all done as yet.
No, one more round, so.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. Well done, buddy. It's Mr. Crowther over here, buddy. Congratulations. This is hectic racing, isn't it?
It's madness. I love it.
Why do you do it?
I don't know. I need my head read, I think.
No, we all need a head read, mate. Congratulations. Fine effort. Ben Stewart, great little race. You've only jumped in this car last Friday. You, again, continue to show great speed.
Yeah, we had some issues leading up to most of the weekend. We sorted them out for race 2, but then got a few hits which made it worse again, but that one was much better. And yeah, it was basically just here to have heaps of fun, and yeah, had heaps of fun.
No, and you provide great entertainment. Well done. Now, where's Dean Evans? Because he wins the MX-5. Well, hang on, we'll start here with Simon Baker. Congratulations, mate. National champion, the whole 9 yards. Feel good?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, wrapped. Absolutely stoked. Got through a clean race. Couldn't keep up with those guys anyway, so just stoked to come in fourth.
National champion. Good.
Yeah, I love it. I had it a couple of years ago, got it again now. It's really hard to win championships, so enjoy it when you do.
Okay, change class, see if you can do something else.
I'm not sure yet. We'll think about that in the off-season.
Well done, mate. And, of course, the MX-5 champion, Mr. Driven himself. Hey, national champ, how does that feel in the MX-5?
Wow, yay! Aussie and New Zealand national champion now. So, really stoked. That was such a good race. Got a good start. Had a great race with all the guys, but Marku in particular.
That finish was nuts.
It was, I actually did a bit of a bump draft the lap before to make sure I could actually do it. And it gave him a bit of a bump away, but so I lined him up for the last lap, so the last lap board, and just got the draft, pulled out. He tried to squeeze, but we didn't touch door handles or anything. Really great to race, so much fun.
Congratulations, mate. You're going to enjoy it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right,
Cheers.
so that's the MX-5 done for today. Coming next, Central Muscle Cars and a tribute to a man called Mark Holland.